By now, you've probably heard that Louisiana was the first state to order every classroom to display the 10 Commandments. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kate. I'm a former educator with over 18 years of experience in public classrooms. First and foremost, the 10 Commandments can be viewed as rules. And I'm a big advocate of rules. Every year of my teaching career, I would start the school year asking my kids what rules were and why they were important. And the kids always came to the conclusion that rules were designed to keep us and others safe. Every year in my classroom, I had a what if I do, what if I don't poster posted on the wall, listing what the positive consequences would be if they chose to follow the rules and what the negative consequences would be if they chose not to follow the rules. And those consequences needed to be immediate. If someone chooses not to follow the rules, I have to have an immediate response and say, oh, bummer, sorry you made that choice. Now the consequences, you're gonna have to stay in from recess, or you need to apologize, or in more severe situations, you're gonna need to go see the principal. It's not as effective if I wait 3 or 4 weeks. Hey, remember when you did that one thing all that time ago? Do you remember that? Well, guess what? Now we're gonna have a consequence. The kids don't learn unless it's immediate. With the 10 Commandments, the positive and negative consequences come long after these commandments were either followed or broken. And so we are given this invisible promise that if you follow these commandments, after you die and 70, 80, 90 years from now, there will be consequences then. Kids don't learn from that. People don't learn from that. As for the commandments themselves, they are open to interpretation. That is why we have hundreds and hundreds of Christian denominations, because no one can really agree on what these commandments mean. I think we can all agree on a couple of them, like thou shalt not murder. I'm a fan. Thou shalt not steal. Totally on board with that. But there are other commandments that are very problematic. What do the first commandments do to those kids who come from homes where their parents are atheist, or they believe in something other than the Judeo-Christian God? Are they going to be mocked? Are they going to be ridiculed by other students and teachers and administrators because they don't fit in a mold? How about that commandment to honor thy father and thy mother? What about those kids that come from abusive or neglectful homes? What about those with a single parent where the other parent is in prison for breaking the law? What about kids who come from homes with parents of the same gender? Are they supposed to honor their father and their mother? How about the commandment to not commit adultery? That's not developmentally appropriate for some kids to have to question. I mean, take a kindergartner, for example. They're very curious by nature. And if they ask, what does adultery mean? Should it be the teacher's job to explain what adultery is to a 5 or 6-year-old? I would never feel comfortable as a teacher answering that question to children. But if it's on the wall, we're gonna have to talk about it. And what about the commandment to not covet another person's property? Envy and covetousness are natural human emotions. Little kids might say, oh man, I love his backpack. Or, oh my goodness, her shoes are so cute. I wish I had a pair of shoes like that. That's natural. And you don't want to shame children for feeling emotions that they have no control over. What would be better is to teach these kids skills on how to manage and navigate these emotions as they come up. There are a lot of problems with the 10 Commandments, especially when they're placed in schools, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to be stopped. What would be better would be social emotional learning skills for these kids. Teach them how to manage their emotions. Teach them to be kind, compassionate, empathic. Teach them how to be good stewards of the world, be good friends to other people. Teach them to use critical thinking skills and become their own best versions of themselves. Teaching clear, concise, research-based skills would be far better than teaching antiquated commandments